The basic question sometimes asked is, what is meditation and spirituality? Spirituality is a very broad term, therefore it is to define spirituality, I find it very difficult. Basically, spirituality is nothing but where the spirit is involved or soul is involved, something which we search of the soul or spirit, which we cannot see with our naked eyes, and we can experience it, but it is very difficult to define it. Therefore, spirituality is sometimes a questionable term because its definition varies from person to person, it varies from religion to religion, and it can vary from country to country. Therefore, to define exact what is spirituality, it is difficulty always. But once human beings satisfied with themselves, especially with their sense organs and luxury life, then they want something more in their life. Then generally they talk a term called spirituality. According to basic definitions, and most of the textbooks says, spirituality is something which involved with a spirit or something which we not know, but it does everything. Whatever the human beings is made up of, whatever is functioning, and this all controlled or they are regulated by some spirit which is unknown to anyone, but it does everything. Therefore, that can be the basic definition of spirituality. And as we human beings, when we deal with our daily routine, or when we ultimately when we ask questions, what is beyond what we are seeing here and what it controls everything, then definitely there is something is there beyond our knowledge, beyond our basic knowledge. That can be called a spirit, or that can, in Ayurveda they call the word Atma, the soul, and these are all same terms in different languages. Now, what is the relation between meditation and spirituality? We have seen meditation in many classes, and you maybe learn about meditation in other classes also, or there are so many terms or so many definitions for meditation is there. But what meditation and spirituality relationship? Whether meditation can help you to know about spirituality, because in general terms, spirituality is something untouchable, because we have to come out of this social life and we have to go to somewhere a remote area and we sit there and we have to wear a different clothes, and we may have to join a guru, we have to sit under a guru. These are the general concept which is there in public life. But exactly, can we get the knowledge of spirituality by meditation? Yes. One of the very important and the final definition or final benefit of meditation, what is spirituality and what is Atma, all that. Therefore, definitely meditation which can help us know about what is spirit and what that energy is and what is there beyond our mind. There must be something which is created mind also. Therefore, what is that which is created the mind? Because ultimately we see through this world through our mind. There must be something is there which is beyond mind or which created the mind. Therefore, spirit is something which is created mind and which is beyond mind. Now, a question arises: how we can see something beyond mind? Because ultimate tool which we have as a human being is the mind. There is no other tool beyond mind. Ultimately, if you see anything, if you appreciate anything, this all happens to the mind itself. If there is something beyond mind, what tool or what instrument which can help us to see that beyond mind or the spirit? Again, in Ayurveda, they say functioning of the mind. They say mind does that swasya nigraha. Mind can again control itself, or mind can see the mind. This is very difficult to understand again. How mind can see the mind. Therefore, when we by the help of meditation is a technique where we minimize the thoughts of the mind, or we go a stage where there is no thoughts. When there is no thoughts, actually there is no mind. And if you reach such a stage where there is no thoughts at all and there is no mind, when we reach such a stage called when there is no mind, then there must be something, and there is something which is called spirit, or we don't want to name it, we may sometimes call it nothing, we may call it God, we may call it soul, or we may call it, we cannot define it. Such a stage is called, that is beyond the mind, that can be called a spirit. Now again, how we can reach that stage and whether meditation can take you to that stage? Definitely. Initially, sitting for meditation is a difficult process, but once you tasted it, once you sit for an hour, once you sit for many days with regular intervals, then you experience the stages of thoughtless stages. In that stage, you can see, or we can see something beyond the mind experience, which sometimes we call it as ananda, or we may call it as calmness, or we can call it as silence. Therefore, in that silence or the calmness or in the ananda, we can experience what is spirit, and that way the meditation can take this spirituality. And here again, there is a myth, is that we have to change, we have to dress differently to call as a spirituality, and we have to get a guru, we have to go to temple, we have to go to different mountains, and yes, sometimes it's important is there in different levels, but in reality, only meditation can take you to that stage.